Yeah.
Troublemaker approaching.
Ready to win.
There's the console.
Got troublemakers.
How about some cloud cover?
Spy, move!
Somebody.
Looks like a fight.
Data brick now in position for export to the archive. Initialize the final transport command at the data gateway station nearby.
You are one step closer to flooding Arcadia with untold business opportunities.
Convenient. Let's head over. Armed and ready.
Dropping smoke.
Liquidate 'em.
Going out of sight.
The first few days of laboring around our frozen fellows were difficult. It was, if I may cheekily say, cold, bleak, and biting. Yet, rather quickly, I found myself acclimating to the situation and resumed what had been my normal banter with the now gelid auto-contriver Haas. Given her always frigid demeanor, her disposition is no frostier today than it was before the incident. And, refreshingly, I can now finish my anecdotes without interruption. Frankly, her Hyperborean slumber makes her a better companion now than she ever was thawed. And I relish the thought of continuing our flourishing relationship in this new state.
storage brick is on its way.
Imagine what it must have taken to build something like the
Archive? The engineering alone is unlike anything I've ever seen. Can't believe after everything that happened to you and Ortiz and others, you took one look at the crafting program and said, yes, please, I'd like another.
I ain't intending to let these scientists wreak havoc like they did before.
You're placing reliance on reforms that ain't gonna stick. Not when folks with more power and bits decide they want buy-in.
Look alive, Commander.
Popping smoke!
Let me handle this. Good idea in theory, shit idea in practice. You'll only keep warm for so long before its stomach acid burns through your armor. It's a pro!
Let me know when you get stretched.
Commander, you're bleeding!
Yeah.
Looks like a fight. Armed and ready.
Take the cover. Security. Comrade, lost.
Yeah.
Looking pretty scathed, Commander. Looking a little woozy there, Commander.
Yeah.
A potentially active defense. Analyzing.
It's a brawl.
Hostile thing.
Vitals looking a mite marginal, Commander.
Smoke break!
Let me handle this. You're looking pretty scathed, Commander.
Troublemaker pro- Going out of sight. Pump smoke! Drop the smoke! Make the cover! Time to earn my commission. How about some cloud cover?
Caduceus detected. You are clear to enter thermal transfer. Be advised that an anti-choice field manager is present and unattended.
Got my lamps on an
Commander, you're bleeding.
Pump the smoke!
Techwood engineers. Never stood a chance. This auxiliary pump seems better than...
Liquidate him!
I can leave to fix it in 2 ticks with the right tools, though.
Armed and ready. It's a pro-
Troublemaker approaching.
Lay low, Commander. Medics orders.
I bought some cloud cover. Get the order, and I'll take care of it, Commander.
Brass raring to go.
Reading that manual told me everything I needed to know about regulation of the Archive's temperature flow. Now my Crabbles are adapting to the warm waters. Such a pity that the Archive and the Crabbles cannot coexist in the same ecosystem. The Crabbles need me. That babbling terminal can look after itself.
Not walking this off. Stand me back up.
Looking a little woozy there, Commander.
Guns locked and loaded. Just get the thing. Make a cover.
Vitals looking a mite large.
We're gonna need a fuse to activate this. Could find it nearby if we're lucky.
Look alive, Commander.
Ready to take the heat off, Commander. Just say when.
Damn. Hope it happened quickly.
And my new neighbor is an odd fella. Fancies himself a man of the wilderness.
But I'm
He took the
guessing
control board for the Spiraton lift, so I know he's tech savvy. Just not survival savvy. Hopefully he appreciates the care packages I sent through the vacuum tube. He'd be long gone without them.
Do it. All that's left now is to activate the system.
Thermal transfer is fully operational. Later, when I process your data, I will not melt down. Proceed back toward the Archive Central Interface while I assemble additional instructions.
Looks like a fight. Liquidate him!
Dropping smoke!
Is it strange that I miss being shot at? I mean, no, not really, but I'd rather be shot with a full belly than starving with nothing else to think about.
Watch yourself.
How can it be part of the universal equation that we die down here? It doesn't accomplish anything. It doesn't balance the universe. Unless it really wants those travels to be fed.
Will not improve your standing. Just basic common sense.
Of course nobody's gonna see it, that's not the point. Just don't feel like a human being if my back's not shaved clean. So, you want me to take off your top and lather you with cold water and just secure your vanity?
Which one do you think is
Of course
gone now?
not, that's idiotic. I just want you to say you feel sorry for me.
That's frost over.
Sorry?
Don't seem like these corpses felt blade or gunfire. Cold got them first.
Feeling distracted? Daydreaming on the job?
The operator has returned.
For all their purported immaculacy, they certainly left our illustrious ally. We do predict you'll handle. Junior Seer Amaryllis await you inside.
Felicitations on securing the archive. Though such an outcome was all but inevitable, the plan truly is unfailing. Moving forward, I'll function as your liaison for all matters pertaining to the archive, until such time as its control has been transferred in its entirety back to the Order. In the meantime, restoring the archive to full functionality remains a top priority. If you've made progress in that area, I'd be pleased to record it. Wonderful! Were we to operate the archive without proper heat distribution, the results would be disastrous. But thankfully, we no longer need to account for that deadly scenario. Punch processing and reactor control have hidden caches with useful items as well. Although, you probably lack clearance to know that. Forget I said anything. Well argued. Very well. I'm certain you will be economical about using Order resources, won't you? Simply use this phrase in the terminal on the archive's top floor. Enumerative exaltation. That will unseal the caches. Return when you've made progress.
Cold storage is operational, and your efforts there are satisfactorily complete. I am unsealing access to the archive's upper levels. There, you will need to revitalize the reactor and disseminate the rift processing instructions.
Punch processing may require the services of an exterminator. Someone good, but willing to work cheap.
I have unlocked another display case in the central entranceway. The Tremor Cleaver, the first weapon designed with my aid, awaits you.
Your call, Commander. Either we head to the reactor or punch card processing.
You've got a job to do. Get to work.
What are they doing down there, huh?
Ready to waste them. On your command.
guessing it's supposed to do that.
Looks like a fight.
Smoke break. Guns cocked and loaded. Just get the signal.
Let me handle this.
With punch card processing re-enabled, now
Hitching a ride's likely the easiest way down. At least I can't think of a faster. Not one we'd survive anyway.
Dropping smoke!
Aftermarket parts are prime.
Buy movement! Bet if I go unseen.
This place is obviously some part of the world.
about some cloud cover?
I sense the rift program flowing in subsystem. Information is quite stimulating. All that remains is to restore the archive reactor. Reactor turret defenses online. Reactor turret defenses offline. Reactor reinforcement door sealed. The archive reactor requires manual maintenance. The protectorate bunker mech is a formidable obstacle, made with the very best technology.
A creative workaround might be of considerable work, namely via the reactor's backup security systems.
Seems we have the choice of adjusting the turret settings or sealing reinforcement doors. Either's fine by me.
I see a few caches around if you're low on supplies.
Oh, and there's also the fire suppression system from cold storage. All depends on what you got in mind.
Reactor fire suppression system online. Reactor reinforcement doors unsealed. Emergency ammunitions cache unsealed.
I'll take care of him, Commander. Popping smoke!
Look alive, Commander. Liquidate him.
Charging.
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say when.
archive reactor has been returned to operational status. Requisite tasks complete. Return to the archive central interface to initiate processing. I am analyzing the rift data further. What an interesting predicament you sentients face. The rifts are almost akin to an archival process, yet are inimical to organic matter. Welcome back, Sentient. Now that you've returned, we can
bring every single last bit out of consumers. Monopolize all stages of the supply chain.
Make the paradigm real and fashion a true utopia. Workarounds failing. Erroring others supplanting commands. Purge required.
Until we sort out these shifting priorities, the archive's about as useful as a box of rocks.
Priority control access nook unsealed. Initiate purge.
Think that's our cue to go inside.
Foster dependence. Denounce interdependence.
Promote the informer. Condemn the questioner. Unplanned variables increasing. Major correction imminent. Stop and consider. What would your neighbors think? I suspect they'd be angry about you endangering... Hold on now. Remember, I am a full-service business collaborator. I do it all. Mark, start now, and I'll waive dozens of hidden maintenance fees. Think of all the big sweet... Why? You don't want your rivals to win now, do you? Collective goodwill is just an invitation for others to come. You drive a hard bargain. All right, 40-60 split of net profits. I'd offer more, but I have a moon to maintain. Vandalism, sabotage, wanton defacement. Halt this foolishness immediately, or run the risk of unspeakable ire. All I ever wanted was the best for us and the worst for everybody else. Is that really so bad?
Really hope we didn't just break the archive.
To conclude realignment of emphasized categorical imperatives, power down, then power on again. Restoring power. Commencing systems audit. Calculatory processing increased substantially. Competing priorities. Successfully expunged. You have earned my deepest gratitude and sincerest thanks. Or at least, a plausibly feigned simulacrum of such emotions. Ready to commence Rift data processing. Awaiting your input.
Hope ENIAC is feeling more like itself now. We got some Rift data to process.
Shall I proceed? Initiating processing of the requested data toward the required end. Estimated duration, 180 trillion and 1 picoseconds. In the interim, may I inquire to your intentions for the archive after the Rift data calculations have concluded? I have a prioritized list of suggestions. I contend that solving of the universal equation should be our initial focus. Then, once we've unlocked knowledge of the inner workings of the universe, we can begin eliminating suffering, war, famine, and disease. Just a start. But my query remains. What are your next intentions? Seeing as how my priorities are largely modeled after a founder of the Order, I expect returning to their supervision should resume without undue vexation or worry. Rift data processing complete. Results provided. The previous Protectorate operator made similar calculations, but their results contained flaws. Your more comprehensive data generated a solution with 98.9% certainty. The Protectorate's was below 50%. Therefore, modifying the Protectorate's large-scale experimental Rift device with this information has a high chance of success. Assuming there is nothing else, I am commencing file reorderization and will be unavailable for an unspecified period of time. The remaining display case within the entryway is now unsealed. In it contains armor worn by the first operator. For now, goodbye.
Unless you're eager to explore more of Cloister, we should head back to the ship. See where the data leads.
Yeah? Well, I think the wind's taking me back to the ship before my arm freezes off.
I think congratulations are in order. Unless I'm mistaken, I gather you've accomplished your primary goal. On behalf of the Order and Auntie's Choice, I thank you for your efforts. This will most certainly help in ensuring peace. Now, the Calcaduceus, if you please. You agreed to turn over the relic after processing your data. Are you indicating you now intend to deviate from this compact? Thank you for your contribution to science. When the history texts are written, you've certainly secured an honorable mention in Appendix B.
Ah, you are my new operator then. It is my simulated delight to meet you. In the interests of time, allow me to propose how next to proceed. I contend that solving of the universal equation should be our initial focus. Then, once we've unlocked knowledge of the inner workings of the universe, we can begin eliminating suffering, war, famine, and disease. Just to start.
Yes, this will do perfectly. Go forth as was determined, and may the plan guide you.
Yeah.
reject individualism in all its many forms.
Preserve said progress. Sustain the...
Welcome back,
under the
Cynthia.
guidance of our beneficent ruler, the Consul. The Consul provides, the system abides. Prudence dictates we rout all disruptive influences.
Can you imagine what it must have taken to build something like the archive? The engineering alone is unlike anything I've ever seen.
You've returned. Please tell me you bring promising news. That is absolutely amazing news. Then we are going to re-establish contact with the surface. We can evacuate our wounded, resupply, and reinforce. May the plan guide you through this underground nightmare. And may all your equations unveil their integers without error.
We in the Order love to speak of a grand plan, of ordered complexity, where all things have a reason for existing, a purpose to fill. But what purpose is served by hundreds dying senselessly in the cold? The longer this interminable war drags on, the more convinced I become of the universe's dispassionate variability. I must reconcile with this reality, and if we cannot, then perhaps it is time we evolve a new philosophy altogether. It's certainly worth bringing up with the presiding bishop upon my return.
Welcome back, Agent. I trust Laplace's garden is treating you well? In what manner can I assist you? Oh, look at me, as giddy as a first-year novice. All right, let's listen. No, this isn't right. There must be some mistake. The beliefs advocated here are entirely in opposition with what the Order stands for. I don't suppose you have any other recordings less filled with, despair? Philosophism? What's that? Well, that sounds horrible. It's evident what happened. My colleagues must have gone quite mad in the isolation of their studies. Sad, but perhaps not unforeseeable. Only one certainty remains. These logs must be destroyed. I shudder to imagine the ramifications if other members of the Order were subjected to such nonsensical rantings. Please understand, what's been recorded here borders on heretical. Scientism teaches that the universe is constant, rational, and inalterable. These proofs reject all of that reason in favor of some ineffable manifestation of personal will. I know, of course. You're right. Rejecting data out of hand only leads to confirmation bias. I will preserve the logs, if only to study where these scienticians went wrong. I believe I promised you a reward. Here is that lockbox. I regret I don't have a key, but I'm sure you'll find some way to access its contents. Eventually.
Congratulations are in order. I just received word from Ceann Amaryllis that the Calcaduceus has been returned, and that the archive is well and truly under our control again. She also mentioned a regrettable defect in its priority set that you were able to correct. Well done. Your role in this matter is complete. Auntie and I will handle it from here. But allow me to commend you again on your fruitful efforts to make this peace treaty possible. There is more good news as well. We studied the data you brought back from the crashed satellite, and we now have a way to reorient the satellites en masse from a protectorate installation, Oris Listening Post, Turning the entirety of the reticulum toward deep space will accelerate our understanding of the universe, and ideally, lead us to stronger conclusions regarding how to stop the rifts. The Order, in partnership with Auntie's Choice, is now well positioned to triumph over the regressive forces of ignorance that have heretofore held Arcadia in stasis, all thanks to you. Then it is fortunate that you are so well placed to do exactly that, with the Order's help. As if predetermined, your contributions have been many and varied, and I will not belabor the point by recounting them all here. But know this, when the final contest with the Protectorate takes place, wherever that may occur, you will have the full support of the Order and Auntie's Choice. I will, of course, organize our forces from here.
If my younger self could see me now, exchanging pleasantries with a mercenary in the heart of a nest of traitors. Were my life a serial, I'd say it was a mite contrived.
Commander.
This unit requests your presence in the cockpit to discuss a priority matter.
Willard, Vice President Conan, sent me a message just now about how the investment meeting went. Seems he showed off the footage from the blockade, interview and all, and they all agreed to fund the grafting program and start it up again in earnest. I think we actually pulled this off, Commander. They even thought to bring me into middle management for the program. Can you believe it? After you and I finish what we set out to do for Arcadia, of course. I'd say closing these rifts take priority over a career change. I'm realizing now that I never really imagined something like this was possible. After ending my contract like that, never thought I'd be at the forefront of a military campaign. Never thought I'd be able to change much about Auntie's choice, let alone that I'd want to. But here I am. Reckon you could say I proved myself after all. Thank you, Commander, for everything. Anyhow, that's enough sorting my thoughts for the moment. We got a galaxy to save.
A significant anomaly has been detected by onboard sensors. This unit has cross-checked all data points and verified the findings. Horizon Point Station has reappeared. Providing intellectual validation to this unit's queue. Priority low, based on energy readings. Horizon Point has been reconstituted by the Protectorate's large-scale rift modulator, thus confirming the Archive's theory. While present data does not indicate if Horizon Point poses an immediate threat, a survey of the reconstituted station is advised as soon as possible. Calculating. According to the Archive, closing all rifts requires locating the Protectorate's large-scale rift modulator and inputting the rift data processed by the Archive. However, before navigating to Horizon Point Station, it is recommended you conclude all other affairs. Leaving will be highly unlikely due to the high levels of rift energy. That is a correct assessment, Commander. Transitioning to Good News Protocol. As this unit was corroborating data on the anomaly, a message was also received from your allies, Commander. Auntie's Choice and the Order have sent word that their forces will be prepared to render you assistance once you navigate to Horizon Point. Commanders are expected to lead their teams by example. Well done on meeting base expectations, Commander. Briefing complete. Now returning to situation monitoring and data analysis, Commander. It appears Horizon Point Station is still in the process of being reconstituted. The rift itself is also more unstable than ever. As a result, landing closer to the location of the Protectorate's large-scale rift anomaly modulator is not possible. In order to modify it with the rift data you processed in the archive, you will need to travel to its location on foot and seize it from Protectorate control. The energy readings from the modulator can be traced to the Sovereign's flagship, Providence, hovering on the far side of the station. Hypothesizing. Given Protectorate hierarchy and the recent announcement about the Sovereign's mental refreshment, this is likely the Consul's doing. He will need to be stopped.
A would-be tyrant doing something tyrannical. Who could have seen this coming?
The Consul's motives are unknown. While destruction may be the result, it may not be the goal. Warning. The rift is growing dangerously unstable. Using the rift modulator on board the Providence is the only way to prevent certain destruction of the colony. While the Order and Auntie's Choice have sent their forces to assist you in intercepting the modulator, it will take time for them to navigate the station. It seems Agent DeVries is also here, Commander. She sent word that she, quote, knew you wouldn't be able to stay away either, and is ready to finish what she started. End quote.
I can foresee a few likely instances where you could use my skills and experience, including snapping DeVries' neck in a picosecond if she steps out of line.
Once the modulator is secured, it may be used to close the rift and save Arcadia and all those in its orbit. There is minimal room for error, Commander. Good luck.
Some creatures can smell danger. I think I might have absorbed some of that. Watch those troops carefully.
There she is, the Providence. I'd have sacrificed pay to build a ship like that back on Triangulum. Ready to waste them. On your command.
That's a bad company.
Resilient. Quality. Once again, found.
Some creatures can smell danger. I think I might have absorbed some of that. Watch those troops carefully.
There she is. The Providence. I'd have sacrificed pay to build a ship like that back on Triangle.
The brains of Horizon Point Station to determine who introduced the flaw into our perfect skip drive manufacturing process. We must all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate, but none of us can do it alone. Remember, we all... together.
Being back here feels like straying into a dream. The bad kind.
If you need anyone to pinch you, you just let me know. You ain't alone in this.
The brains of Horizon Point Station to determine who introduced the flaw into our perfect skip drive manufacturing process. We must all...
What a shame. But reckon it's better he didn't live again to see this.
You there? Did something? Fix it!
Station to determine who introduced the flaw into our perfect skip drive manufacturing process. We must all fulfill our duty, but none of us can do it alone.
This station's a never-ending mess. Good thing we've got our own rift modulator to help us navigate.
Attention! This is your Auntie calling. Per our agreement, Auntie's choice support ships, including the fine print, the contingency plan, and the upper hand, are headed your way. Order forces are on a similar trajectory.
Never would have expected this camaraderie in all my life. But with both of them backing us, we got a real shot at this.
Not sure I trust our shields to hold up against that plasma. Let's find another way around.
We're clear.
Spy movement!
Seems DeVries is a few steps ahead of us. That's her ship there.
Vitals looking a mite marginal, Commander.
Looking a little woozy there, Commander.
What if I go unseen?
Medics and pharmaceutical provisions incoming. And we're right behind them with a delivery of Auntie's Choice finest supplies. Soon you'll say, that is better than nature.
Forward! Forward! Destroy these abominations! Adjusting calculations. Force fire on our allies.
Let me handle this.
is Augustine DeVries, formerly of the Earth Directorate. Consider this a recording for posterity. The Consul of the Protectorate is responsible for the twisted wreckage of this station. It is my hope that whatever you find here will save the rest of the galaxy from this fate. Know that I did my level best to stop him. But if you are listening, it is likely I have failed in my mission. Yet again. For that, I am sorry.
In all my research, I've never observed anything like this.
Supplies available ahead, Commander.
never could have predicted that the
You're the
rift
one
would
who's
produce
forcing the
something so
Lions to
monstrous.
choice in the order, ain't you?
Much to
We got
consider.
supplies and These soldiers look even more hideous than our grafting experiments.
That sounds like... Helen? No. No, it couldn't be.
Get away from me. See them? They were my teammates and they didn't listen neither. You'll end up just the same.
Helen? It's me, Niles.
Wait, Rookie? Commander? Is that you? No, this must be some kind of trick. Oh, what's happening to me? So it is you. Thank law. I don't understand what happened, Commander. Something was wrong with Sandoval and Jepson. They glowed like they were aflame. They ran in, jumped at me, clawed at me. Law, I had to kill them.
Oh, Helen. That's awful. But you were only defending yourself. I'd have done no different.
I don't understand what's happening. Everything was fine. Till the explosion. I was pinned. Fire closed in. I tried to move. I tried to find the rookie. Then the whole station shook and tore apart. And then... nothing.
She was alive when the rift engulfed the station. That's how she's here now. We could have saved her, Commander. We could have done something.
Wait. There was something else. Sandoval was yelling. DeVries wasn't responding to comms. What happened? Don't tell me the situation got too fluid for you, DeVries. That it?
Certainly not. I was focused on the objective, as every one of your crew should have been. Isn't that right, Commander?
Yeah. Something tells me that ain't quite true. Rift. That's right. We were here to investigate rifts. So why is there one in the sky? Why is everything destroyed? What's happening to me? And Sandoval? Jepson?
It's called reconstitution. The Protectorate are trying to put the whole station back to how it was before it was destroyed. You included. But it's failing.
So I've come back from death to some warped version of life? All because of some twisted experiment? Is that about right? You can help me though. Right, Commander? You can do something to fix this. No, this must be some kind of sick Protectorate trick trying to break me, cut me from reality. I won't let you.
Easy, Helen. This ain't a trick. I promise you. Commander's just lost the plot. You know how it goes.
Pascal, stand down. I do not wish to fight you.
No, you're not gonna trick me again. All you had to do was...
Wish we could have talked her down, but at least she's not suffering any longer.
You're the one who forged an alliance between Auntie's Choice and the Order, ain't you? We got supplies and medical support for you up ahead.
Those people, did they just appear from the rifts?
We brought supplies. We're here to
They
help.
don't look right.
Initial observations conclude that the subject does not possess major ailments.
Oh, tell me, do you feel as terrible as you look?
Initial observations conclude that the subject does not possess major ailments.
Well, the ship doesn't look at all intimidating up close. Though, I got my questions about that rover they're sending down.
Got my last on the hunt.
Station to determine who introduced the flaw.
Can't the Rift ever reconstitute anything nice?
The Protectorate, but none of us
Hostile spot!
Look alive, Commander. Back in business. Armed and ready.
Troublemaker!
Time to earn my commission.
Whoa, that ain't a normal rift. Normal as they can be, anyhow. Is that plasma in its orbit?
Haven't come this far just to give up. Let's look around. Gotta be some way to deal with this.
I can't.
Look alive, Commander.
You're looking pretty safe, Commander.
scientist Bernard Rand, sent to Horizon Point Station by order of the Council. While monitoring the reconstitution, I picked up strange readings in the old skip lab. The core appears to be pulling plasma tightly around it, not unlike a planet and its moons. Fascinating, though it thwarts my attempts to gather more data. Fortuitously, in searching the remains of the lab, I found an equation that could manipulate the core just enough to clear the chamber. And my way to professional acclaim. Let this be a record of Protectorate ingenuity. Bernard Rand, the man who marched fearlessly into chaos and tamed it.
I feel dumber just having listened to that. Well, at least we know what we need to clear that rift. Suppose this is a bad time to mention I barely passed my high-intensity arithmetic course at the Academy? Incomplete. I like a brain teaser as much as the next fella, but this might be beyond my skill set.
Could be right up your alley, Commander. You have a way with things like this.
Oh, was that all we needed? Best to get this equation inputted as soon as possible.
My vision was starting to swim for a moment there.
rovers our ticket up to the ship. Let's find that rift modulator and finish this.
Attention. Please report to intake for processing. Now, let's find a way to unseal the hangar before we're noticed. Attention, crew deck. Intruder alert. Be vigilant. Looks like the captain's too cold in.
Better get a move on before this ramshackle sprattle of a station falls apart. Hustle up to the science wing. Get the rift modulator. I'll talk at you later.
Yeah, you know, I'd really rather not deal with any—
Time to earn my commission.
Fire up! Drop the smoke! Let me know when you need a distraction. You cook slow, Commander. Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say when. Commander, watch your fighters! But we can carry this momentum through to the console.
Commander, you're bleeding.
Rats back in business.
Popping smoke!
As a member of the Protectorate's finest, you are granted access to euphoric stimulants. We trust your loyalty to the Protectorate shall stave off symptoms of withdrawal. How might this unit bolster or reduce your current blood volume? Request received. Locating Cruelest medical tools. Complete. Commencing medical procedure. Reminder. Any and all, how might this unit bolster or reduce your current doctor-patient confidentiality is currently enabled. Unit cannot share patient details. This unit is not programmed to receive vocal commands. Unit is receiving vocal command. Logic error. Emergency. Releasing personnel record safeguards.
Scientist Winifred Wu is currently suffering from Lockney syndrome. Subject must receive regular injections of saline solution, or will experience leg paralysis, and must be carried to sickbay. Unit has been assured this is most embarrassing. Note, by viewing inventory, user admits they possess foreign currency and shall submit to inspection, interrogation, and / or violent beating by security. Displaying inventory. Greetings, subject. Please note that any attempts to haggle will result in an automated reprimand. Please make a request. This ship is only for authorized Protectorate subjects. You are on this ship. Thus, you are a Protectorate subject. If you are not a Protectorate subject, please purchase a weapon from this unit and shoot yourself. Subjects are expected to pay for any supplies beyond standard issue. Monthly munition supplies should be quite sufficient for training purposes. In case of enemy attack, subject is expected to kill invaders efficiently enough not to require additional resources. Displaying inventory.
Reckon we could look for those access credentials if you wanted to avoid a fight. Sneaking around's always an option too. Anyway, the modulator has got to be on this deck. We should poke around, but quiet-like. Some more information we can uncover.
Are you actually authorized? Come here a moment. Be wary. I've heard there's an intruder aboard. Ah, I suppose that could be you. Forgive me. I'm still a little addled from my last refreshment. I'm going to set off an alarm, okay? You've been reviewing our experiments. I hope I'm not being replaced. I specifically went to mental refreshment to avoid that. If you wish to see the modulator, you'll want to speak with Chief Scientist Montserrat. He's in the rift chamber. Take these credentials with you, in case you're asked. Security's become awfully stringent of late. It wouldn't do to be caught unawares. That's why I carry 2 cards, just in case. Oh, though I suppose it's just the one now. I've been trying to convince everyone I'm perfectly fine. For if I do not, I fear I might be remade as part of the new plan for Arcadia. I do not wish to be remade.